Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman.
What's going on, you guys? My name is Ace Guzman.
You know what time it is, right? It's Ace and Rich Freedom by Design live time.
Yes.
Another week, another dose of amazing marketing education.
Absolutely. You know, last night, the storm that is reaching to so much like wind velocity and rain and everything.
Actually, the storm that's developing, this hurricane going on right now.
Thank you. It was like
it eliminated
hurricane-ish.
Power. And we got Tesla backup, but it's very weak, right?
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, we had to, all day today, the internet has been out. We got our power back this morning,
yes,
but the internet was out like pretty much most of the whole day today. Pretty crazy.
Pretty boring, too, at that, when you're waiting for the internet to come back on.
Yeah, we went for a walk.
Yeah, we did do that. We did do that. That was awesome. So, anywhoosies, we're bringing it today for you guys. As we promised, we're going to be here for this live stream on a Saturday for you.
Yes.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody's partying over here in Puerto Rico.
Absolutely.
We're here with you.
I think someone here was meant to hear this message that we have for you today. And we're going to talk about how to conquer your fears when it comes to making money online. What are you doing?
Come over here a little bit.
Oh.
You're on the edge once again, my dear. There you go.
Can you put my chair over here?
Yeah, come on. Get closer, don't be shy.
I told you to put tape over here.
There you go. All right.
So anyway, we are going to be talking about the one thing that controls more bank accounts, okay?
Pretty much.
More dreams.
Yes.
More dreams.
Yeah.
And more destinies than any strategy, any algorithm, any course you ever bought online. And that's fear. Fear, 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 fear.
Yeah, we're going to get to the fear stuff, guys, because that's really the main reason why people are not succeeding or making money online.
Yeah.
Fear stops them literally from growing an online income, all right? So what I want to talk about is pretty much is that I want to keep it 100% real with you guys, okay? And you know us, we keep it 100% real with you guys always. Now, I used to scroll through social media, you know, back in the day, watching everybody, you know, watching their wins, look at their screenshots, their celebrations, right? Their success stories, right? You know, all the information that gets you all like hyped up and psyched up about, you know, oh my God, these guys are making money, so you know, I'm gonna, you know, do the same thing, right? But normally, you know, you freeze up and you don't just do anything. You want to take action, but there's something that's holding you back, right? Something that's really keeping you stuck in that place where it's not really benefiting you at all.
Right, exactly. And you know, the thing about that is if fear has ever slowed you down in your process, in your journey, right? And it ever stopped you from actually starting your business like from scratch and getting it going. You know, there's a lot of people out there that let fear really prevent them from moving the needle forward. We always talk about moving the needle forward.
Yeah.
Drop a yes right now in the chat if that's you. If fear has been holding you back for whatever reason it could be. I mean, you can literally, if you want, you can share what those fears are and put them in the chat. Let us know, because it's better to talk about it and get it out in the open versus you holding it all inside, feeling like I'm the only one going through this.
Well, think about it. You know, you have this voice in your head, okay, and it's kind of, I call it like the pear on the shoulder. It's always just it's just talking to you,
yes,
and not really serving you. What it's saying, it's not serving you, and that's really your subconscious mind, really, right?
It is, yes.
And that's what holds you back is all the things that is like the doubt, you know. The negative association with anything that's ever happened to you in your life,
yes,
currently affects you in your present moment.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And that's really the big deal. Now, this voice, okay, that's literally in your subconscious mind, that voice has been lying to you for so many years. And currently now, if you still have that voice that's telling you like, oh, well, can I really do this? Or how can I be successful, right? That's that voice I'm talking about, okay? You know, we're just calling it out because a lot of people actually deal with this. So what I want you guys tonight, take some notes, okay? And really pay attention to what we're going to get into, because this is going to really dive deep in your psyche and figure out why you've been, you know, been held back
Yes.
in your life and in your business.
Like someone says here in the comments, making videos, yes, that's a fear, right? Making videos, getting on camera, letting people see what you look like, what you sound like, and you're probably worried about saying the wrong thing on camera. You might fumble, you might stumble, you might stutter, you might talk too slow, or maybe you talk too fast, right? Like there's all these kind of like things that are like getting in the way. And I can concur with that because it happened to me. But that loops around into self-doubt, and it steals and robs you of your time. And, time is the one resource that you don't ever get back, right?
No.
Time is on no one's side.
No.
And fear doesn't just delay your dreams, it suffocates them, right? The fear suffocates your dreams. And I lived in that loop until the pain of regret became bigger and bigger and bigger. And the fear of failure became stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's not a place you want to be when it comes to achieving your goals and your dreams and letting the fear, control you, right?
Absolutely. I mean, let's break this down. Fear is not a sign that you're weak, right? It's just a survival instinct that shows up. And when it shows up, whenever you try to grow, it always shows up. Again, it's like that block that I talk about, right? So whenever you feel like, you want to have success, you want to grow, that fear shows up and it prevents you from moving to that next point. And honestly, psychologically, it puts you in that freeze mode that I talked about before, right? It just freezes you where you can't really move forward. And, it's like, it's like that fight or flight mode, okay? That always happens to people. They get into that mode. It's like they want to move, right? But they just feel like they can't move. And that's that barrier, that invisible barrier that we really don't see, which is kind of crazy, right?
Right.
But it is psychological. And that's why people hesitate. That's why you might hesitate. And here's the big part, though. Being perfect takes over. And I don't want you to think that you have to be perfect to succeed, because that's not what we're saying here.
No.
That's a misconception.
Yeah.
All we have to do is try our best. And what I mean about our best is our best, not the best, because nobody's the best, right? There's our best. I tell this to Angel all the time when he's doing something. I said, Angel, I want you to focus on your best. Because he comes to me and says, hey, Dad, I had a great day of school today. I got a lot of work done. And I go, oh, tell me about it. And he tells me about it, and he goes, hey, Dad, are you really happy with me? Because he always wants to, wants me to, be his dad and go, yeah, man, cheer him on. And the thing about it is, I tell him this all the time, and I tell him this over and over. I said, Angel, it doesn't matter. You know what matters? It matters. It's not about my approval. It's about you doing the best that you can.
That's right.
And that's all that matters. When you focus on what you can do, which is your best, and you're moving forward, that's all that matters, right? But if you're not moving forward, if you're not trying, then how can you excel? How can you grow?
Who better to actually, be a case study than our son, because, he has the Asperger's, which is like the level of the one that he wants to be perfect at everything.
Oh, God, yeah.
Everything completely perfect and right.
Right.
And that's a great way to explain it.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
He listens to you when you tell him that.
Yeah, I mean, I like to break it down a little bit further, guys. It's some stuff you could actually take notes. Let's talk about fear, for example. Fear is something that you don't come into this world. You really don't. You come into this world, you're completely naked, you're a baby, okay? And you come in here pure, right? You come in here pure. You have not even learned anything. You haven't heard anything.
Right.
As soon as you go home, right, or even in the hospital, when you're in the hospital, when you're born, you start learning things right from the get-go, right? So nothing is ever like, it just appears. Everything is learned, okay?
Yes.
So number one, fear is learned, okay? You learn fear.
You sure
so
did.
Fear to me is like artificial, right? It's not real. It's created.
It is.
All right? You didn't invent this, okay?
Nope.
It's created by an influence.
Yes.
All right? Because you learned it.
Yes.
And so is confidence. So is knowing, like, when you feel good about something and you do it, you feel good about yourself because you accomplished it. You know, and we're talking about marketing here, right? Let's say you did your first traffic run, you did your first follow-up run. Let me tell you, that's a success right there. Some people may say, well, that's not success. I didn't make a sale. Yeah, no, it's success because you move forward where other people are not willing to move forward.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that's confidence, because what that does, it keeps building your confidence one bite at a time. And you keep growing. And then when you look back and you look at the trail, you go to yourself, you say to yourself, whoa, look how far I've come.
Mm-hmm.
But you must pay attention to those wins because they're so important.
Yes.
Now let's talk about like overthinking. How many people overthink? Come on, guys. How many people overthink, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you overthink, you don't move.
Nope.
All right?
You don't.
You're overthinking the process about doing things. You're not going to move. It causes no movement. No movement means no income whatsoever in your business. Okay? Now let's talk about something that, you know, we talked about Angel a little while ago.
Yeah.
Is being perfect.
Yes.
You know, being like perfect at everything. And the problem with being perfect, it leads to procrastination.
Yes.
Because we all know we can't be perfect. That's insanity to think that we can be perfect. We're not perfect. Whenever we're, you know, born into this world to be perfect, right? We were born into this world to be
Right.
us, the best version of ourselves. Okay? So don't work on being, you know, perfect, right? And let go of that procrastination, because if you keep thinking about that, it's going to lead to procrastination, right? And understand that if you're trying to complete something and you procrastinate, you're never going to complete it. All right? So be very, very cautious with yourself when you're trying to make things, you know, perfect or just right, because it doesn't work. It's just a detriment to your success. All right? Now, let's talk about clarity. Clarity is really crucial and very important. That comes from action. We can't get clarity unless we actually move forward, right? It makes sense. If we're actually trying to get clarity out of something, we can't get it from procrastination because we're not moving, we're not doing anything. So how can we get clarity?
No.
It's actually like a fog, right? It just holds us back. Everything gets fuzzy. We can't see clearly.
Right.
Right? That's the opposite of clarity. Okay? So what I want you to do is focus on your clarity by taking action. So when you take that action, everything starts to, you know, the clouds start to come apart. You start to see a lot more clearly, and you start to see what's going on and what's happening. And that's exciting.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
it's exciting.
Very good.
Now, now here's the thing. What hits you the hardest? Okay, let me know in the comments what is hitting you the hardest when it comes to you actually running your business right now. What hits you the hardest? What is your major struggle? And what I mean by that is that struggle. What's the hardest thing you're feeling right now about that struggle? Put it in the chat. I'd like to know.
Yeah. Comment what is hard for you, so that way we can actually learn from that, because, you know, one of the hardest things for me was the fact that I was always focusing on, you know, not the part about taking the action, but the doubt and the worry. That's what got me the most, was my personal journey, was the doubt and the worry. And I was worried about not the failure part. I think I was more worried about the succeeding part. You know, like,
Yeah,
what if it all
yeah.
goes right? You know, what am I supposed to do? You know, like...
No, but that happens too.
Yeah.
People afraid, like, oh my God, if I'm successful, I have to, you know, be in charge of more things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And
that's what happened with me.
That's fear.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
But that's part of the
Yeah.
growth, and that's part of the process.
You know, my turning point wasn't magical at all. And I just got completely tired and fed up. I got tired of watching life just happen from the sidelines. And I got tired of letting the fear be the driver of my life. And I also got tired of choosing comfort over my calling. You know, there I was many, many years ago, starting in the network marketing industry and failing and failing and failing, you know, not having the right type of mentorship or training, you know, just kind of winging it pretty much, like a lot of people I know that did. And then here I am, you know, being afraid and spending all this time wasted. And that's why I said time's not something you get back. And then 20 years later, all of a sudden, you know, here I am and I meet this guy and he becomes my mentor and he teaches me what I need to know, what I've been searching for all along. And my calling was right there all along, and he helped me identify that, you know. And that was you. You helped me identify it.
Well, no, you
Yeah.
you had a huge block.
A huge block.
Huge block.
Huge block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw it because I'm, you know, I have clarity, all right? I've been through the gauntlet.
Yep.
I created successful businesses, I lost businesses, and I created new businesses, right? So I had a lot of clarity to see when someone has a block.
Yes.
And I could see that you had a major, major block.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. But I'm so glad that I went through all of that, and I have no regrets. And that's one of the things that you can learn from, you know, the things that happened that didn't go right in the past. You can take those as life lessons learned. And you can pass those on to future generations of other entrepreneurs who are going to come onto the scene that are also going to go through those challenges, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, mindset without a direction, because we read a lot of stuff about mindset, right? And when we read this stuff about mindset, it's like we get the information, a lot of theory, right? A lot of information, just theory and stuff like that. But the problem is there's no direction, right?
Yeah.
And when we don't have a direction, we get stuck in limbo, all right? And unfortunately, you know, that motivation that we start to create, it dies out in about 48 hours. It's kind of funny because I always tell everybody, motivation is one thing, but inspiration is another. And when you're inspired, that can last you a lifetime. And motivation is always short-lived.
Yeah,
And,
I always
I've been
refer to
through
it as the internal pilot light because I like Les Brown, and I learned that from him. It's like you have to have this internal, like, you know, pilot light. You know what a pilot light is, right? It's this candle that's constantly burning inside of you. You want to keep it on. Don't let it blow out. So that internal pilot light, you want to keep it on and keep it burning no matter what, all the failures, all the challenges that come, just that why has to keep your driving going forward no matter what. That fear, don't let it be in the driver's seat. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that fear will prevent you from moving, okay? And this is a blueprint how you could actually beat fear. What we're talking about tonight, we want to shatter all the things that have been holding you back, right? Just to have a little bit of awareness tonight. Just, even if you get just a little bit out of this, that's a bit more awareness that you have now more than you had before.
Exactly.
Right, and this is what this live is all about. So, number one, I want you to acknowledge that fear is normal. Okay, there's nothing wrong with fear. Okay, again, fear is learned. Yes, is it there? Yeah, it's always going to be there. It's like the ghost, you know, the little shadow in the corner, right? The little phantom, right, trying to scare you. It's always going to be there. It's never going to go away. What happens as you become successful, you become more aware of that fear. Okay, so you have a lot more control over that fear.
You do,
which is really important. Now, here's the thing. I want you to rewrite that fear, and I want you to think about when you say, what if I fail, right? What if I fail? I want you to start asking, what if it works?
What if everything goes right?
Right? Thought is important, and the way that you think is really important because when you actually start changing your language and how you think about certain things, it changes your perspective on how you see things in front of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about you know, take that imperfect action. Remember the guy earlier was talking about the video, right?
We always talk about that.
Okay. So he's afraid to do a video.
Yes.
So what? Just do the video imperfectly. Who cares?
Yep, Steve.
No, normally 9 times out of 10, what happens is people go, "Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be."
Yeah.
Because they're projecting the fear before they even take the action.
Yeah,
you know?
and not only that, Rich, but also people relate to people that are imperfect. They don't want to see you looking all, you know, everything's like special effects and you've got it all together and you did all this work. Where's the logic in that? Like, they want to see the actual rags to riches journey. They want to see that. That's what they really could relate to. You know what I'm saying?
That would be the reason why people, you know, love us, because of the whole Motel 6
and you know what?
Success.
That's the thing when it comes to the fear. It's like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't do videos. Maybe I should just rely on AI to do it for me. Well, you can rely on AI all you want, but honestly, what's going to come down to is you coming clean with yourself and overcoming that fear of getting on camera. Because even if you use AI, it's not going to solve your problem. Don't you want to solve your problem, not put a Band-Aid on it? Right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we're done with that. We're so done with that. And everybody's going to see things differently when it comes to building the business. There is no right or wrong reason, and I'm not saying that AI is the wrong way of building a business. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is don't let it be your crutch. Don't let it be, you know, the answer to, oh, that's the answer, that's the solution to my fears. I could just use AI to do videos, you know, with it, right? Or I can use it to generate leads. But you still have to do the work. So you got to learn and earn the skill sets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing on step 4. And if I didn't say step 3 on the previous one, it was step 3. But I want you to start stacking the small wins, okay? Because the small wins are very, very powerful. Those small wins could lead to very, very big wins. All right, don't take them lightly. A lot of people just really don't think about that, but those small wins are very, very crucial to your success. Don't feel that it always has to be a big win, because it doesn't.
No. I mean, in our community, we have people that celebrate their first sale. And it doesn't matter how much money it is or what. It just matters that, hey, it's the first one. The first one. Who cares what it is? It's the first one.
Yes,
it's the first
it's
one.
The first one. Exactly. Now, step 5, I want you guys to get into the community and stay connected. One of the things I learned in the very beginning of my journey as being an entrepreneur with affiliate marketing online is that we were part of a circle and we helped each other grow. They didn't want us to be alone, especially myself included, because we were brand new and we need to be around a support system. And it's very crucial for you to be part of a community that has a support system to keep you going, because don't forget, the outside world will keep influencing you, not to look at this like this is real, that this is fake, you'll never make money. It's kind of the crabs in the bucket deal, right? Everybody's there to bring you down. And not to say there's not really good people out there to support you, but the majority we find is that people are not willing to take that road less traveled as an entrepreneur, and they will actually try to bring it down because they're not willing to take that journey that you're taking right now.
Right.
So
this is definitely resonating. You know, we want to hear from you. Drop one fear in the comments that are absolutely holding you back. It's controlling your future. Put that fear in the comments and make sure that you share that with us. And I like what Steve here is saying. He's saying generating leads organically. Okay, there you go. You know, that's not an easy thing, you know, to open up about. And I don't think a lot of people talk about that, right, Rich?
No, they don't. But for you to come out and be honest about that is important, because you have some awareness. And, you know, you can use that to your advantage, right?
Yeah.
So how do we generate leads organically? Everything online is a strategy, okay? And without getting into the how-to and stuff like that, we'll be here all night.
Right.
That, you know, strategy is what leads to the results that you're looking for. So don't think that it's not possible to generate leads organically. I do it every day. I do it every day.
Yep.
YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, happens every day, right? So it is possible. It's just, that's one of the first things that I learned when I started in this industry. I was taught to generate leads organically.
Yeah, and not only that, but if that bothers you, okay, even I had that fear before in the beginning as well, because I was told to talk to everybody with a pulse, Steve. Now I know better how to sift and sort, and that's where training and mentorship comes into place. That's when you know what, if I'm afraid of generating leads organically, I must find someone like a mentor, like Ace and Rich, to teach me how to generate leads organically and the proper way of doing it without spamming people, right? Or going into Facebook groups and looking for people, or knowing what types of people fit the criteria, right? And how to communicate and dialogue with these people without me, saying the wrong thing to the right person or the wrong thing to the right person, right? So these are techniques and strategies you must learn. And I'm glad you shared that, because maybe somebody else could be watching and saying that they're having the same fear.
Exactly. And Steve, and just to be real transparent with you, this live video right now is live on Facebook. This video will also go on YouTube, right? So if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to comment below and give us a thumbs up, because it helps with the algorithm.
Yes.
And click on the notification bell so you can get all the latest videos that come out from us, Ace and Rich, right?
Fantastic.
Now, Steve, why did I do that? It's because these videos that we do generate organic leads, okay? Just so you know. Because what we want to do is we want to give value, we want to educate people to become better entrepreneurs and better marketers, right? So this is how you generate organic leads, by giving the value and building the law of reciprocity.
One of the things that I like to talk about with Rich and our team is the fact that fear is so important to overcome, because what really is the defeat? What beats fear? It's overcoming the fear by facing it head on. So when you have a fear of generating leads, do it anyway. When you have fear of doing videos, do it anyway. If you have fear being in front of the camera, do it anyway. Do it anyway because your future self is begging for you to show up. Okay? And then you'll look back.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You'll look back and you'll say to yourself, 10 to 90 days from now, wow, I can't believe that was me 90 days ago, and then all of a sudden, look how far I've come. That's the future self that you're working so hard towards. I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
It's so worth it.
Absolutely. And guys, we love you guys. We appreciate you. That's why we create this content every single week. And, leave us a comment in Facebook and also on YouTube, and let us know, what is your biggest fear? Mm-hmm. What do you think is holding you back?
Yeah.
Right? With one of the biggest struggles that you're dealing with.
Yes.
And again, we actually watch every comment that comes through, and we reply to those comments as well.
Yep. So give us a thumbs up, some hearts, some fire emojis, everything that hit you, that resonated with you. If it's your first time checking us out, definitely don't be afraid to reach out and connect with us.
Absolutely. My name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Ace Guzman.
Thank you for being here on Ace and Rich Freedom by Design Live, and we'll see you on the next video next week.
Bye now.
Bye, guys.